Have you ever stood in a room full of people, laughter echoing around you, yet felt utterly alone? It's a quiet ache, like you're on the outside looking in, watching life unfold without you. This feeling can be overwhelming, making you question your place in the world. It's not just about being physically alone. You can be surrounded by friends, family, or colleagues and still feel this profound sense of isolation. It's a disconnection that runs deep, making you feel invisible in a sea of faces. This isn't about choosing solitude. It's a deep sense of disconnection. It's the feeling that no one truly sees you or understands what you're going through. It's like being a ghost, present but not really there. You can feel it at a family dinner, a work meeting, or out with friends. These are places where you're supposed to feel connected, yet the loneliness can be most acute. It's a reminder that physical presence doesn't equate to emotional connection. Loneliness isn't just physical isolation. It's the pain of feeling unseen in plain sight. It's the struggle of feeling like you don't belong, even when you're surrounded by people who care about you. We hide it, fearing it means we've failed to connect or be enough. We put on masks, pretending everything is fine, hoping no one notices the cracks in our facade. So we put on a brave face, hoping to fit in, but pretending only deepens the gap. The more we try to hide our loneliness, the more isolated we become. The truth? Loneliness is a universal human experience, a signal, like hunger, that something essential is missing. It's a call to action, urging us to seek out the connections we need to thrive. Our need for belonging is wired into us. When it frays, we feel threatened. It's a fundamental part of being human, and acknowledging it is the first step toward healing. Our need for belonging is wired into us. When it frays, we feel threatened. It's a fundamental part of being human, and acknowledging it is the first step toward healing. It's about recognizing that we all share this experience and that it's okay to feel this way. Acknowledging loneliness isn't weakness. It's the first step toward understanding what we need. It's about being honest with ourselves and others, opening up about our feelings, and seeking the support we need. It's how we begin to find our way back to each other. By reaching out, sharing our stories, and being vulnerable, we can bridge the gap and find the connections that make us feel whole again. We're more digitally connected than ever, yet loneliness is at an all-time high. Quick texts and social media have replaced deep, face-to-face conversations. We're busy, but our souls aren't full. Digital likes can't replace real presence. Our culture glorifies independence and productivity, but this often isolates us. We've designed a world that values privacy over community, making spontaneous connection rare. The result? We're surrounded by people, but genuine connection is harder to find. Loneliness carries a heavy shame. We think it means we're not enough. This shame keeps us silent, convinced we're the only ones feeling this way. But loneliness isn't just emotional. It's physical, harming our health as much as smoking. Chronic loneliness puts our bodies in constant stress, wearing us down. It's not about being introverted or extroverted. Everyone needs meaningful connection. Even in relationships, we can feel deeply lonely if vulnerability and intimacy fade. Proximity doesn't guarantee connection. Loneliness is about the quality, not the quantity of our relationships. It's a hidden burden many carry, even in crowded rooms or close partnerships. Recognizing this is the first step to healing. Loneliness feels personal, but the numbers reveal it's everywhere. Over 40% of adults in the US report feeling lonely. For young adults, it's over 60%. The most digitally connected generation is also the most disconnected. Loneliness isn't just sad, it's a public health crisis, increasing risks like heart disease and early death. It affects all ages and backgrounds: teens, new moms, CEOs, students. Even in busy workplaces, 40% feel isolated. Loneliness isn't confined to the margins. It's a mainstream shared human experience. The data shows we're not alone in this struggle. It's time to see loneliness for what it is, a challenge we all face. Meet Sarah, a new mom whose joyful posts hide long, silent afternoons of isolation. She scrolls through photos of smiling families, wondering if anyone else feels the same ache of loneliness behind closed doors. The world sees her as fulfilled, but inside, she's searching for connection, for someone to truly understand. Mark, a successful executive, commands boardrooms but comes home to emptiness, craving real friendship. His days are filled with meetings and accolades, but the evenings stretch on in silence. Despite his achievements, he longs for laughter echoing through his home, for a friend to share the small moments. Maria, a college freshman, imagined finding her people, but eats alone, feeling invisible among thousands. She watches groups form around her, laughter and conversation swirling by. Yet she remains on the outside, wondering how to bridge the gap between hope and reality. These stories aren't unique. They echo in millions of lives. Across cities and small towns, in every culture and age, people quietly carry the weight of disconnection. It's a silent thread that weaves through humanity, often unnoticed but deeply felt. The retired man missing camaraderie, remembering days filled with laughter and purpose, now replaced by long afternoons and memories that linger in the quiet. The teen lost in a crowded school, surrounded by noise but feeling unseen, wishing for someone to notice her, to invite her in. The newcomer struggling to make friends, navigating unfamiliar customs and faces, hoping for a smile or a simple hello to break the ice. These quiet moments of disconnection bind us together, even when we feel most apart. In the silence, we share a common longing for understanding and acceptance. Recognizing ourselves in others' stories breaks the spell of shame. When we see our struggles reflected in another's eyes, the burden feels lighter, and hope begins to grow. We've all felt this way at some point. It's a universal experience, a reminder that we're not as alone as we think. You're not alone in your loneliness. Others have walked this path and found their way through, and so can you. Connection begins with understanding we share this experience. When we reach out, even in small ways, we open the door to belonging, for ourselves and for others. How do we push back against loneliness? The answer isn't always grand or complicated. Start small. Even the tiniest actions can create ripples of change in our lives and the lives of others. First, be honest with yourself. Acknowledge the feeling without judgment. It's okay to feel lonely. It's a part of being human. When you allow yourself to notice and accept these emotions, you take the first step toward healing. Name it. Say to yourself, I feel lonely. That honesty is powerful. Next, try micro-connections. Smile at a barista, chat with a neighbor, or offer a genuine compliment to a stranger. These small gestures may seem insignificant, but they can brighten someone's day, including your own. These tiny moments remind us we're part of a community, even if it's just for a brief second. Every interaction, no matter how fleeting, is a thread that weaves us into the fabric of the world around us. Then, take a small risk. Step just a little outside your comfort zone. Reach out to one person. Send a simple text, even if it's just to say hello or check in. You don't have to have the perfect words, just reaching out matters. Or invite someone for coffee, a walk, or a quick chat. The invitation itself is an act of courage and kindness. Remember, the courage is in the asking, not the outcome. It's about showing up, not about being perfect. Shift your focus from being interesting to being interested. Ask questions, listen with curiosity. Let people know you care about what they have to say. People love to feel seen and heard. When you offer your attention, you give a gift that's more valuable than you might realize. When you're genuinely interested, real connection grows. Relationships deepen and loneliness begins to fade. Small steps add up, slowly bridging the gap between isolation and belonging. Each effort, no matter how minor, is a step toward connection. You don't need grand gestures, just a willingness to try, to reach out, and to be present for others. That's how connection begins. With small, brave steps, you can make a big impact, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Combating loneliness isn't just personal. It's about building a more connected world. Share your vulnerability with someone you trust. It breaks shame and invites real connection. Find shared purpose. Volunteering or group activities create natural bonds. Create rituals of connection, weekly calls, monthly dinners, daily walks. These anchors give us a rhythm of belonging. Practice empathy. Assume the best in others. Reach out when you see someone alone. We can all be agents of connection, making others feel seen. By extending grace, we help others and heal ourselves. Building bridges takes intention, but it transforms isolation into community. We all have the power to make a difference. There's a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is painful disconnection. Solitude is the joy of being with yourself. Solitude is necessary for a healthy inner life. Schedule time alone. Treat it as sacred, not empty. Use solitude to recharge, read, walk, create, or simply be. These moments build self-worth and resilience. When you're comfortable alone, you seek connection from wholeness, not neediness. Solitude is a safe harbor, a foundation for healthy relationships. Even when alone, you can feel content and connected to yourself. Embracing solitude makes loneliness less daunting. Remember, you are not alone in your loneliness. This feeling connects you to millions of others right now. The shame of loneliness is a lie. It's a shared human experience. Healing isn't linear. It's a journey of small, brave steps. Some days, just being kind to yourself is enough. Our brains and hearts are wired for connection and can heal at any age. Small acts of kindness and vulnerability can change everything. Let this be your starting point. Believe you are worthy of connection. We're all in this together, and your story isn't over. You are and have never been truly alone.